Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Of course, I'm Lorena Creole. And in this stream, yes, your girl just got back fresh from the theater from seeing, of course, Fast X, which is the 10th installment of the Fast and the Furious franchise. So, what we do, or what I should say, what I do on this when I do these reviews right now is for the first 30 minutes of this stream, there will be absolutely no spoilers. No spoilers. This way I can let you guys know about the film, what I thought about the film. Is it worth your money to go and see? And just general thoughts about what I thought of the film. And then after those 30 minutes are over, so guess about like 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, I will give you plenty of warning and I will let you know when I am about to go into spoiler territory. So you will be forewarned ahead of time. So let me see who we got here in the stream. I see Zachariah315 says, "Evening, Lorena." Well, evening to you too. And thank you so much for being one of my wrenches. And let's see, I see Corey Cochran here as well. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear. All right. Well, first of all, number one, I had a good time. I had an absolutely flipping good time seeing this particular movie. Now, your girl dropped out of the Fast and the Furious franchise. I want to say around Fast Five because that was the one that Paul Walker's last appearance was in before he passed away. And kind of like when he passed away, my enthusiasm for the franchise kind of died down. But when I started seeing the promos for Fast 10, I was like, all right, I have to go and I have to go and see it. So let me blow this up right here. I should know what I'm doing, daggone it. No, I want to go this way. I want to go this way. Okay, so number one, worth your money. Worth your money. It is 2 hours and 20 minutes, I would say, of absolute non-stop action. There's a couple of places where the action kind of dies down, but for the most part, it just keeps going and it does not stop whatsoever. Um, let's see, I'm trying to do this non-spoiler. You guys let me know. Okay, so talk about going worth to see. Well, first of all, I spent my own money to see the movie, so hopefully I remember to say that. Spent my own money to see it. Went during an evening show. The show was about the halfway full because it was a Thursday show. Um, I've grown up with this franchise in a way, and you see Dom Toretto. You see a much more mature Dom Toretto who has even more to protect now that he has a family and he has a son. Granted, whatever happened between Fast 6 and Fast 10, I have no recollection of whatsoever because I didn't see those movies. But I did like that in this particular film. And speaking of that, something else that I want to show you all. Now, when this movie first dropped, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a critic score of 56%. Now, this is something that we saw with Super Mario movie, where the so-called critics, I put that in quote, critics gave it a low score. And then when it came out, the audience score was absolutely banging. Here's why critics did not seem to like this particular film. Seems like most of them just talk about, oh, it's just cars and chases and noise and action and all of that, but that's not the real reason. The real reason they rated this movie so low is for the same reason that Super Mario got rated so low. And why is that? Because you have themes of family. Number one, you have themes of brotherhood. Number two, and you have strong themes of fatherhood. That is number three. Don Toretto in this movie, there is nothing that he is not going to do to protect his son and his family. There's a line in the movie. Well, I can say it. So generic. There's a line in the movie where he's told, Dom, if you keep this up, you're going to wind up dying. And he says, I'm not afraid of dying so long as I'm able to protect my family. And that is the crux of what these Fast and the Furious movies are about. And that is what critics forget and overlook, because it seems that they love movies where the men are idiots, women take over everything, the kids are disrespectful. And that's not what this franchise is about. The movie starts out again with a strong sense of family, strong sense of masculinity, men as protectors and providers, and having each other's backs. I can't tell you again how nice it is to sit in a movie where they don't preach to you and all you get to enjoy is this film. At the very heart of it is about a man who's trying to protect his family from someone trying to destroy it, which would be Jason Momoa's character. But I'll get to him and I'll get to him in a minute. But that's the reason why when you hear a lot of these reviews about Fast X and all they talk about, oh, it's nonsensical, driving and all that. That's nonsense. These people are not action fans. But the action, while that's definitely tops, I mean, you see some crazy stuff. I heard about the outer space thing, but I didn't see that. But in this movie, I saw some car chases and action sequences that were absolutely flipping insane. That they were nuts. But the heart of this movie and this franchise, which is why it's going to make a crap ton of money worldwide, is because of the universal themes that it has. Learning to be a leader, learning from your mistakes, not taking no for an answer, protecting what is yours, and sacrificing for your family. It's okay. Granted, it's not a complete family movie because it's PG-13, so the little ones I wouldn't really take to see this, but it's something that you would feel safe watching with your kids, with your older kids. I would say not 13, but I'd say like probably like 8 or 9 or whatever, because there is Dom's son in this movie who gets to do some of the coolest things. I mean, my nephews, I love them to death. They love to do some of the craziest stuff ever. And some stuff that you see in this movie that Dom's son gets to be witness to, it's fun. It's such a fun moment to watch, and to also see how much his son idolizes him. His dad is everything to him. And it's just wonderful to see that. I mean, we used to get movies like that in Hollywood on the regular, and I'm telling you, your girl almost started crying in the theater. Honestly, it really okay. It's not Citizen Kane. Okay, it's not made for you. It's not Citizen Kane. It is, what do we usually promise with the Fast and the Furious? Some crazy heist, lots of gunplay, lots of cars, lots of fast cars, lots of crazy ass stunts, a good time. And in there, that whole message of family, whether it's by blood or whether it's by urban family, you here, we're going to claim, all of you. So I would rate this film about, I'll give it a, I, okay, so what am I going to do? I'm trying to decide. I'm trying not to let my estrogen kick in. I would give it a solid, I'll give it a solid 7.5. I'll give it a 7.5. I need to see the other ones before I rate it again. But is it something I'd go back and watch? Yeah, probably. I do want it on DVD. The stunts are crazy. I'm a stunt junkie, and I love it. This story is good, so it's a good seven. It's a good 7.5, 7.5, B minus, type of film. I didn't feel like my time was wasted at all. If anything, I kind of wanted to say, slow down. Can you please slow down a little, a little bit, just because it's so much going on, but it's cool. It's cool. Let's see. I got some questions. Yes, please do throw out questions. We are doing non spoilers for Fast X. I would say for about the next 15 minutes or so. So you guys can know. Zachary at 315 says Brie is supposed to be in this movie, right? Yes. And you know what? I actually liked her in it. I was prepared to not like Brie Larson in this movie, but I actually liked her. And I don't know if it's because the director was different. Louis Leterrier is action director, or that the role was just so over the top a little. I guess yes, kind of over the top. She did not annoy me. I actually liked her in this. I liked her character in this. I liked everything she did in this. I even liked everything down to the type of shoe that she was wearing in this film. Her scenes with Vin Diesel were good. Her scenes with Alan Ritchson were good as well. So I liked Brie Larson in this. So if you think that Brie Larson is something to kind of turn you off of not seeing this movie, I would say no. She was fun. She was fun in this movie. Hey, Mike has bad knees. Says hi, Lorena. Well, hello to you. Hello to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mike has bad knees. Says, I know it's PG-13, but is it safe for me to take my 9-year-old? Yes. The reason why I believe that it's PG-13 is mostly for the gunplay and the explosions and a couple cuss words that are in it, but it's not like, naked people or stuff like that. No, 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 no. It's mostly because of the action, because a lot of the action is intense. And without getting into spoiler territory, I'm actually going to say that spoiler territory. Let's say there's scenes of peril. Let's put it that way. And I think that's why it's a 13. But no, I think it's very safe for you to take, mainly because this film really does emphasize the importance of fathers. And with Father's Day coming up next month here in the States, I really think that this is a good movie to have come out. The importance of fathers, um, what happens when the father is missing, and just the lengths that a father will go to protect their family and to protect their child. So I think it's safe. I definitely think it's safe, especially when Dom's son gets to hang out with his uncle. That's a funny comedy. John Cena. Oh my gosh, I didn't really like the Peacemaker. that much the TV show, but I do like John Cena, and John Cena was great in this. He was freaking hilarious in this. Hey, Lonnie Holcomb says, "Hey, folks, I see you. I see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my dear." Let's see. And Mike has bad news. Says, "Cool. He's just going to pay attention to the cars and explosions." Yes, I will say there is a blatant product placement for Hot Wheels Unleashed. That's one of my nephew's favorite video games to play. He thinks it's awesome, especially when he jumps the car over the railing and flips it over and stuff like that. Yeah, I think your son is really gonna like it. It gives me I want to say this movie gives me Lion King and Finding Nemo vibes. Because in The Lion King, you know, Simba's like, "Dad, you're not scared of anything." And he's like, "No, actually, I am." And he's like, "Nobody messes with your dad." That's pretty much it where it comes to Dom. And with Finding Nemo, just, hey, my dad's going to do, is my dad coming for me? Is my dad coming for you? Is my dad coming for me? Yeah, your dad's coming for you. Hello, Victor Ajax. Says, "Hey, Lorena Creole. Hey, everyone." Well, hello. Hello to you. Good to see you here. I usually don't stream this late, but I did want to talk to you guys about the film, especially since I'm not happy with the critic score that was initially out there. And I had an idea of why that was going to happen. I had an inkling about why that was going to happen, and it turns out that I was right. Hollywood, for the most part, and there's too many critics for the most part who think that men shouldn't be masculine, that men should be idiots, that men should be lousy fathers, lousy brothers, lousy husbands, and that's not in this movie. Dom Toretto, he's a loving husband, he's a loving father, he's a loving brother, and right here, he is a loving son. And can I just tell you how much I love seeing Rita Moreno? Love, love, love seeing Rita Moreno in this movie. And she is the matriarch, and the whole family, you know, respects her. And I'm just going to say this, the speech that she gives at the meal in the beginning of this film, it sets the tone for the whole entire film. And it's the kind of tone that no matter what you look like, where you come from, what language you speak, it's universal. And that's the reason why this movie and this franchise has so much of an appeal around the world. Mike has bad knees, says, "As long as there's not too many naughty words, that's what I watch out for. But maybe he picks up on some of the father-son dynamic as well." He will. And there is some correction about the naughty words that's in there, you know, too. So yeah, I really think that he will pick up on that. Let's just say your son likes explosions. He gonna pick up on the father and son dynamic. Yeah, I think he will. It's also a really good movie, I would say, after the movie is over. Take your kids out for ice cream and talk to them about the film. You know, make them think about what they just saw. Thanks for a great conversation. The critics' score was predictable. They typically don't like this type of movie. No, they don't, because they don't understand it. And there's some critics out there that, can give things a fair shake, but the way that things are now, this kind of movie seems beneath them, too pedestrian. Why do we have to have these car chases? Why do we have to have this toxic male, behavior? And not for nothing, there are women who kick ass in this. Michelle Rodriguez, um, Charlize Theron, good seeing her. Again, I like her haircut. Haircuts is cool. You see women kicking ass. Jordana Brewster, You see these women kicking ass, but they are not doing it at the expense of men. They beat up some men, but but it's not at the expense of men. It is all teamwork. Everyone has their strengths in this. So thoroughly enjoyed watching this film. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what other non-spoiler. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let's talk about Jason Momoa in this film. He plays this so over the top. It's like the perfect villain. And I swear he's not acting. He's just being himself. And the reason why I say that is because I've met Jason Momoa twice. He's such a nice guy. And he has no problem just with this self-depreciating humor. The villain's still crazy, and he lets you know he's crazy. There's a scene in there, and you saw it in a trailer too, where he's like, "What? Blow up the Vatican? Oh, all of you were going to hell." I mean, he's that sinister and only cares about himself and the vendetta that he has against Dom Toretto. This dude, I'm not gonna say it's Oscar worthy, no, because it's not. But I love seeing him on screen, not just because of what he looks like, because he does look good, but he plays this role extremely well. He plays the psychopath that I would say his tendencies, or is it no, 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 excuse me, take that back. Sociopathic tendencies. It's very obvious, with this dude. He is just funny to watch. The lines, I swear some of them were just written specifically for him because of the way he delivers everything, and he really does carry the film. Very good villain. Extremely good villain. So, he was great to watch. He was fun. I liked seeing him. Oh my god, yo, okay, so this scene, again, you don't get that much time to breathe before the action kicks into gear. I don't think I took a breath when all of this was going down. There's so many things that came together, so many parts of the plot that came together with this scene. The action is crazy. It's absolutely, absolutely crazy. Of course, there's Michelle Rodriguez on the motorcycle. She was killing it. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see her back in action. Victor Ajax says every girl loves the Momoa. Yeah, especially since I met him. So twice. He was fun in this and very good. Lots of eye candy. I will say there's eye candy for men and lots of eye candy for women. I'm a toxic female. I like to see good looking hot guys in movies. Vin is up in age now. I think he's like 55, but guns still look good. So, you know, it is what it is there. Again, these action scenes are intense. Again, directed by Louis Leterrier. He's used to doing action, but with the effects, there's stuff done with cars that just seems ridiculous. But you know what? You don't care. All you care about is how is Dom Toretto going to get out of this situation? Oh yeah, this here. I'm not going to give spoilers. What I am going to say is I swear something like this must be straight out of Fortnite. That's all I'm gonna say. When you see this vehicle right here, it's a fun time in this movie. When you see that. and that's his purple Impala, which is beautiful. Which is beautiful. And okay, this is of course the beginning of the film. My wife loves the Momoa. I'd get jealous, the guy's he is indeed ripped. That's for sure. That's for sure. This is the opening scene that I was telling you guys, about. Again, wonderful sense of family, everybody there together. And again, the words that Rita Moreno tells everyone, um, it just hits you no matter who you are. Let's see. Of course, Letty is back. So Rodriguez, she is back. This scene was fun. This was fun to watch. You saw in the trailer. Let's see. In the trailer, she was fighting with Charlize Theron. It's a lot of fun to watch. Girl fight. Remember when I said about how fun it is, a boy and his cool uncle? Yeah, this right here. John Cena and the young man who plays Dom's son. This scene was hilarious. Hilarious and just a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch. Let's see. Of course, Ludacris is back. I love Ludacris in these. Ludacris. I'm forgetting the young lady's name here, but she's British. And let's see if I remember her. Ramsey. Okay. Okay. So Ramsey. All I'm gonna say is Ramsey is a nerd like I am, and apparently Ludacris's character is completely taken with her. Which totally makes sense because they're just talking like in nerd talk. And Tyrese Roman, he just can't get it because just goes way over his head. Ludacris is, I would have to say, my second most favorite actor in this series. Vin Diesel, of course, is first. Ludacris is second. His comedic timing and his acting is just on point. And the actress who plays Ramsey, she's pretty cool too. I did like her. This was kind of, I want to say, this was like the C plot going on in the movie, and lots of comic relief, lots of camaraderie, and what's that other word? Oh yes, diversity, without slapping you over the head with it. The Fast and the Furious franchise is already organically diverse, which is probably another reason why certain highbrow critics don't think too highly of it, because they're not beating the drum of it's a diverse cast, it's a diverse cast, it's a diverse cast. We see that it's a diverse cast. We don't care about marketing it as a diverse cast. We see that, but more importantly, we love these characters. That's the thing about this. All of these characters we're used to seeing. And it's the strength of their character, not what they look like. Is a good actor. Too bad we don't see him in more or bigger roles. Mike, you mean Ludacris? I think so. Because yeah, I do like Ludacris is really good. He's a good actor. I don't know if it's that because he wants to focus more on his music than let's say than acting. That could be it. I don't know, but yeah, I really do like Ludacris. And of course, Tyrese's character, he's all right. He's all right. I think he's the weakest actor out of the bunch. Yeah, Ludacris. Yeah, I think Tyrese is the weakest actor. He's okay, but not as good as Ludacris. That's for sure. All right. Well, I got one more minute. Um, One more minute. Oh, this scene was insane. Here we have the toxic male protecting the protecting the female here. The scene was crazy. Let's see. Oh, so another question. You probably are wondering if you need to see all of the preceding Fast and Furious movies before seeing Fast 10. I would say yes and no. The movie starts actually gives you a flashback to 10 years prior. So they do a little bit to kind of catch you up with what you need to know from the past and where the movie is going to jump off from. If you have watched Fast 5, you are perfectly poised to see Fast 10. And the reason that I love that, and I'm not going to say something because it's a spoiler, but let's just say you don't need to see the previous movies. However, if you've seen Fast 5, you're in a perfect position. If you haven't, the movie still does a very good job of establishing what you need to know. There's some people where you're probably going to be like, who did they come from? Why do they all seem to know each other? The important thing is the existing plot keeps you up to date with what's going on with that character right in this particular movie right now. And if anything, it'll make you want to go back and watch some of the other movies to find out more about those particular characters. And yes, it's been a diverse cast since the very beginning. Absolutely. And it's funny, you don't hear progressive Hollywood talking about that with the Fast and the Furious, but we all know why it's problematic. It's got problematic men in it. Okay, folks. Well, it's been at least 30 minutes, so I am actually about to switch into talking about spoilers. So I am going to start talking spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now I'm going to be talking about spoilers. Let's start from the end of the movie. The movie ends on a cliffhanger. Okay. We'll start with that to let you already know that there's going to be more sequels to this. So it ends on a cliffhanger. Basically, at the end of the movie, we have Dom, we have his son. I believe they're near the Hoover Dam or some dam. Well, the dam in Portugal. Anyway, that's rigged up to blow. Yep, that's why I said 30 minutes. Now it's the spoiler section. So that's a spoiler section. Okay, movie opens up. It says 10 years prior. If you have seen Fast 5, you remember that scene in Rio on the bridge with the safe. And you see Dominic Toretto, Vin Diesel, and you see Paul Walker. Okay. For me, that was hard to see, but it gave me good memories. So I'm glad that that's the part that they flashed back to. So when you see that infamous chase on the bridge, you know, where they're dragging the safe behind them, remember the safe that they stole, and Dom cuts him loose and he goes back to take care of business. It is shown from the perspective of Jason Momoa's character, Dante. All right. And Dante is the son of Hernan Reyes. Remember Hernan Reyes, the drug lord who was basically, oppressing people in the favela. Remember that from Fast 5? Yeah. So it's Hernan Reyes' spawn. All right. So her and Reyes, of course, he died. No, he got offed. And Dante barely survived. So Dante is obsessed with destroying Dominic Toretto. It's not enough to kill him. He needs to suffer first before killing him. I believe the line uttered was, I'm I'm not going to kill you when suffering is what's owed. So that's what it was. So he's obsessed. He's coming after Dom. That's that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of what other spoilers. We see Charlize Theron, her character, she shows up stabbed in the gut at Dom's house. And he was almost about to kill her ass too. But apparently, she has no love for Dante, who basically, turned all her people against her and almost got her killed. Let's see. So it's that part. Um, let's see. Hello, Boali. How are you? Says hello from Fort Worth, Texas, USA. Good scene. Hopefully, when I'm not busy, I watch the movie. It is definitely a good watch. I had a wonderful time. I looked at my watch not because I thought the movie was going slow, but because I didn't really want it to end. In a way, I kind of needed to because it was just too much action in a good way, in a good way. Let's see. So Dante steals the Eye of God, which I guess is some kind of surveillance satellite or something, surveillance technology. So he steals that. Let's see. He steals that. Oh, okay. So Tyrese, right? So he finally gets to lead a mission. Okay. So they're leading it, in Rome. And it turns out that they were fed fake intel. There was no Rome mission. And let's say the truck that they went to go hijack, which they thought had this like special computer chip or whatever in it, turns out to have a bomb in it. And guess who set that bomb up? Dante. So they literally are trying to stop this bomb from going off near the Vatican. It is one of the longest chase scenes that I've seen. Absolutely crazy, full of action, just nutty stuff that's popping off. And we have to pour one out for we have to pour one out for Roman's 24 karat gold Lamborghini. Made no freaking sense why he had that. But anyway, what winds up happening is the bomb does go off. Dom rigs it so that he winds up. It's crazy how it happened. To knock the bomb into into the river. I forget that river in Italy. Is it this? Is it, no, it's not the Tigris. I'm blanking. But anyway, falls in the river, explodes. There's still collateral damage. That blast wave is insane. And Dominic Toretto and his family are all now public enemy number one. But Dante's not through with him. Plans to make him suffer, which he does through the whole entire movie. They go back to Rio. They go back to Rio de Janeiro. He's trying to find Dante. Um, let's see. The agency. Okay. The agency is compromised. They've got Alan Richson, who's now Mr. Nobody. Oh, Chris Eastwood is back as Little Nobody. It was good to see him. And Brie Larson, I guess the former Mr. Nobody was her dad. So apparently she can't help Dom or anything like that. So she's like, I'll find my own way to do it. Let's see other spoilers that are in the film. Hmm, trying to call. There's a big one. I'm saving. It's a big one. I'm saving. Let's see. John Cena as Dominic Toretto's brother. Okay, remember that big beast of a vehicle? I'm going to show you guys where that is. Let me find that picture again. Oh, come on. Okay, so this beast of a vehicle right here, this sucker like launches stuff, like rockets and stuff. Well, basically bombs and stuff like that. So John Cena, so him and Dom's son are to riding in this car, and Dom's son actually gets to fire the bombs at these cars. Literally, that's what he was doing. Boom! It's such a hilarious freaking moment. Um, but it's great if you have young boys in the audience, they are going to freaking love this part. But on a sad note, they may address this in the sequel. I don't know. But John Cena, his character, well, let's just say Jacob sacrifices himself so that Dom can get his son. Dante winds up basically getting Dom's son, and in order to stop the other people from going after Dom, he sacrifices himself, and it's heartbreaking. I knew somebody was going to have to die in this movie. And the reason why someone is going to have to die in this film is because there needs to be actual stakes. And I think that's what a lot of Hollywood tends to forget with some of these films. There need to be high stakes. Usually that means somebody's got to die. And in this case, it was Jacob. He's Dom's younger brother, but he does it for a reason. And I kind of hope they don't bring him back. I kind of hope that he's dead so it doesn't lessen his sacrifice, but who knows? Who knows how that's going to turn out? So he dies. He dies. Hey, Darkwing Duck, says Lorena sounds like a little kid trying to describe that car. Dude, it was something out of Batman. I kid you not. I kid you not. This car was, I loved it. I did. I did sound like a little kid, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Let's see, we did that part. Dante is still alive. He's still alive. At the end, no, let's back up. Yes. So as soon as thought that there's this big chase scene. Dante's got B in the car, Dom's son in the car, and they're racing each other, and Dom's trying to get his kid. And then his son is remembering what his father told. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so in the beginning of the movie, all right, you're going to see Dom's famous car just doing donuts and figure eights and everything in the parking lot. And then when the car stops, Dom gets out of the passenger side. So he has his son doing that driving in the parking, parking lot. Kids don't try this at home, but that was some serious father son bonding because he felt like he let his dad down. And Dom's telling him no. He's basically giving him the best advice about how he would eventually get to learn how to race the way his dad does. And again, another touching father son moment where you see how much he loves his son. So that was cool. And the kid getting to drive donuts in the parking lot. So don't be surprised if you take your sons to see this movie and all of a sudden they start asking you if they can drive donuts in the parking lot. No. No. Absolutely, absolutely not. Let's see. Climactic scene. Dante has well, Dom finally gets his kid back. I have to back up a little bit. Um gets his kid back. The kid literally jumps. He unlocks Dante's car, jumps out of the car into the passenger side of his dad's car. His dad grabs him and they are off. Oh my God, I started clapping. That's the coolest freaking scene. I started clapping. It was awesome. You think everything is all over, right? Can't be all over. Oh, no, 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 no. Apparently, Dante shows back up again. He's got tractor trailers on one side, remote tractor trailer on another, both with all kinds of flammable material. Dom winds up jumping off the car, off the dam, rides the car all the way down the dam, which is probably one of the longest that scene. They purposely slowed it down. I felt like I aged and there was a whole bunch of stuff that was going on. If you have children with you watching this movie, they're about like 8 or 9, it may freak them out a little bit seeing all that fire and stuff that's going on, but you can tell that even while that kid is scared, his father is doing everything to protect him. Even though it looks like they're going to be overtaken by a fireball, and they're not, because Dom hits that switch and that's it, and they go off. But anyway, they're safe, crash in the river, they get out, and then that's when Dante says, enough suffering, now it's time for you to die. And he arms the bombs that are all set up around the dam. And that's where the movie cuts off. Well, yes and no. At least as far as Dom's concerned. So Letty and, of course, Cypher, which is Charlene Theron's character, they escape from the agency's black site, which is out in Antarctica someplace. Submarine comes to pick them up. Guess who comes out of the submarine? Gal Gadot's character. You remember she was the cop in Fast Five who was trying to shut down Hernan Reyes. Yeah. I was very happy to I was very happy to see her. I thought she was dead. They made it seem like she was dead in the movie because we met her sister. But apparently girlfriend was not dead. So we got to see we got to see Gal Gadot. So that was a surprise because she was not at least as far as I knew, she was not in the credits at all, probably because she didn't say anything. She was just kind of there, but I didn't expect to see her. So there she was. We got to see her. There is a post credit scene in this film. At the end of the film, you see a phone call come in. It looks like it's, like it's a about to knock my coffee over. So kind of black ops thing that's going on. And, covered head to toe, night vision, all of that. This phone's like ringing, and it's Dante's voice, who basically says, I'm after Dom Toretto about how he caused my father's death. But he said, actually, you were the one that killed him. And the guy takes off his mask, takes off his night vision goggles, and guess who it is? Hobbs, played by The Rock. And he's like, you want me? You know where you can find me. He crushes the phone. So I guess The Rock is going to be back in the next installment of Fast Furious. So that's how that ended. Hey, Fletcher Williams, how you doing? How you doing? Says hugs, Raina. Well, glad to see you, and hugs right right back right back at you. So that is you can smell what it is. Oh my gosh. Well, that is pretty much my spoiler and non-spoiler review of Fast X. It's definitely a fun watch. I didn't think it was a waste of my time whatsoever. If you're kind of skittish about should you see it or not, go during a matinee to go and check it out. The performances are exactly what you would expect in this film. It's a film that it's safe for families to watch. I would say not super young families, but if your kids are like 8 to 9, I would say it's probably really more like 9 and up. They would go to see it. It's a very good Father's Day movie for fathers and sons to go see with each other. Even, little girls and their dads still go to the movies and see. Again, great message of family, great message of brotherhood, whether by blood or by bond. You know, sons protecting their mothers and wanting to protect their family, willing to do whatever it is. And of course, being a loving husband, all of that. So definitely check it out. Fletcher Williams says it was fun and crazy wacky at the same time. You know what it was? It was crazy action to just funny dialogue to okay, yeah, there are some magic cupcakes in there, some psychedelics in there as well. Kind of fun with that too. But yeah, it's a fun movie. Again, I give it like about a 7.5 out of 10. It's something I'd watch again, something I'd want to have on DVD. Great popcorn flick, a movie you can sit with your family to watch and not have to worry about agenda or crap like that or anything. Would you say it's good to take family? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and it does not insult men. That's my thing because I have a show called Toxic Male Appreciation, and I don't like the idea of what Hollywood has been doing probably for the past 10 years of just demonizing men and calling them toxic and making them look stupid. No, no. This is definitely not that film. Mike has bad knees says, thanks for the review. I think I'm going to try and go over the long weekend. Well, check it out and let me know what you think of it. Keely Chow is here. Hello. Hello. Roll Tide, my dear. Roll Tide, my dear. And Victor Ajax, you are welcome. Say thanks, Lorena Creole. Good night from Scotland. Well, good night to you. Oh, got Scotland. Wow, it's late over there. It's really late over there. Thanks for being here. Okay, folks. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this spoiler and non-spoiler review of Fast 10. It is rated PG-13, mainly for lots of explosions, violence, peril as well. But again, no agenda, no alphabet talk. There's a little salacious humor, but Jason Momoa's character is a psychopath. So no, excuse me, not psychopath, excuse me, sociopath, which is the reason why he does some things, that he does. So it's not how would you put it? It's not it's just flamboyancy. Let's put it this way. Yeah, kind of. It's pretty much what it is. Oh, glad you like it, Fletcher Williams. Love the mic. Storm art I got from Apollome's Minion. So thank you. And I'm loving this new mic. So much bigger, so much prettier. Love it. Love it. Okay, folks, well, that is going to end it. Your girl needs to go to bed. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments. Are you going to see Fast X? If you've seen it, let me know what your thoughts were about the film. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.